Buenos dias. Welcome to today's lesson. You can see the topic on your notes as well as mine. Artículos, articles, y sustantivos, nouns. So the very first thing that you need to be aware of is something called gender. You probably already know what that word means. It might make you think of boy or girl, and that's definitely relevant here. So first, the name of a person, place, or thing, of course, is a noun. So a noun is a person, place, thing, sometimes also an idea. In Spanish, every noun has what's called a gender. This is different from English. In English, we do not have gender with our nouns. So that gender might be masculine or feminine. And luckily for us, it's easy to tell which is which for the most part, because most nouns that end in O are masculine, and most nouns that end in A are feminine. Now, a quick note here. It's interesting that the essence of the person, place, or thing does not determine the gender. So, for example, say you have a truck. You might think a truck is more manly for some reason. But in fact, the word for truck is feminine. La camioneta. Interesting, right? Or say you thought a little bunny rabbit. That sounds feminine, right? Perhaps. But, in fact, the word for bunny is masculine. El conejito. So, lesson to take away from that is that you can't tell just by kind of having a hunch that something is masculine or feminine what the gender is. When you learn a noun, you need to learn what goes with it, what article, which leads us to our next point. Articles. So sometimes you're talking about something specific, something definite. For example, the pen, this one, or the scissors, these ones. I'm not talking about any old pen or any scissors. I'm talking about these ones, these definite, specific ones. So the word the in English is called a definite article, talking about a definite item. And in Spanish, the definite article is really short. It's either el or la. Now you use el with masculine nouns, and you use la with feminine nouns. So to use a very easy example, say you're saying boy, chico. You look at the end of chico and you see the O, and that should make you think masculine. So you know to put el in front. El chico, the boy. Or feminine, chica, girl. You see the A, that should make you think feminine, and you put la in front. La chica, the girl. Now sometimes you might not just be talking about one boy or one girl, but more than one, a plural group. So if that's the case, el will become los and la will become las. So say you had chico, but you want to say not just boy, but boys. Add an S, chicos. And el will become los chicos, the boys. Same with the girls. Chica becomes chicas, girls. And in front, la becomes las chicas, the girls. So to review quickly with articles, when you're talking about something definite, you're saying the boy, the girl. You use el for masculine nouns and la for feminine nouns. Then if you have a plural group, el will become los chicos, for example, and la will become las chicas. So all of those words mean the in English, but in different ways. There's the, which is masculine and singular, or feminine and singular. There's the, which is masculine and plural, or there's the, which is feminine and plural. So there's 4 possibilities in Spanish for 1 possibility in English. A little crazy. Now, indefinite articles. Sometimes you're not talking about someone specific. For example, say I'm leading a lesson and I need some volunteers. And I say, I need a boy and a girl. I need some people to come up here and help me. I don't have anyone specific in mind. I don't have a definite person in mind. It's just kind of in general. So those words a, an, and some are sometimes called indefinite articles. So for example, let's say I need a boy, chico, again, ends in O, but now I'm not sure who, so instead of el, I'm going to use un, chico, a boy. Or I need a girl, un is going to become una to match chica. So notice everything agrees, chica, feminine, una, feminine. Or if I had a group, say chicos, boys, but I need some boys, un is going to become unos. Notice that these match, unos, with chicos. Or a group of girls, chicas. I'm going to make una match the as here. So unas chicas. So again, this is when I'm not sure who. I just need a girl or some boys. Un, a, una, a, feminine. Unos, some, masculine. Una, some, feminine. So again, indefinite, you're not sure exactly who you're talking about. Definite, you know who you're talking about. Both, there are a lot more possibilities in Spanish than in English because of the first topic, gender, something that we don't have in English. Now, that's all pretty straightforward. Masculine, feminine, singular, plural, definite, indefinite. Unfortunately, not everything is going to follow a regular pattern. Sometimes there are irregularities. So for example, what happens when a noun ends in E? Oh, I don't know. It's not ending in O, it's not necessarily masculine, it's not ending in A. So you have to learn, you have to memorize whether it's masculine or feminine. So for example, el continente happens to be masculine. And if it's plural, los continentes. Clase is feminine, so la clase. Plural, las clases. This is not necessarily something, again, that's intrinsic to the word clase. You don't think of clase and think, oh, obviously feminine. Continente, clearly that's masculine. Not necessarily. So when I give you a vocabulary list, you'll see I always will put for nouns el or la in front of the noun. And it's a very good idea when you memorize your vocabulary, when you study your vocabulary, don't just learn the word, learn the article that is associated with the word as well. Okay, that's it for today. Hopefully you have a little bit of understanding now about artículos, articles, y sustantivos, nouns, and come to class tomorrow ready to practice. Adios.